Hey, just making a part 2 of this Archonic experience that I'm having. You saw that I got picked up in a ride. Right now I'm just still feel a little better. You know, sometimes, you know, even distractions, yeah, they're not always bad. Like hopping in the car with the guy, the mechanic, you know, that took me back to pick up my car. You know, it's good to be around humans in life. You know, it can break you out of something to distract you. You know, a good distraction. Not, I mean, maybe everything's, you know, I don't think that was Archonic. I think it was just life, you know. But I wanted to make a part 2 real quick just because I feel like I should kind of follow up on everything real quick. And yeah, it's kind of weird in a way, like even to like document in real time going through an Archonic experience, you know. Definitely, I mean, I've been told before that I'm a victim. Like I victimize myself when I've ever tried to share things about my life and my family, and it has kind of shut me down. Like I just stopped sharing things to people because yeah, you know, you're just trying to say the facts, how things are, you know. And like, of course, usually the people that have ever told me those things were usually like definitely Western American people that, and like literally any person that ever told me they're doing really well, like well-off type people. So I don't know if I should like take any of that, you know, really, you know, accept it. Maybe a lot of people do say, no man, you're like sharing your story, you're sharing your testimony in a way, sharing your experience, and it does, people relate, they can help them feel like they're not alone. And it's like you're willing to like be embarrassed and expose yourself like that, because yeah, I mean, right now I may not feel it, maybe later but they, you know, like we say, it's the archons, they'll come to you like, oh, you stupid, like you idiot, like this is so dumb, like look at you man, out sharing like the worst stuff about yourself. And it's like, you're not supposed to share those things with people. You know, like that's, the world can't solve your problems. They're, you know, they're not your God. And it's not, I don't do it for that at all. I truly don't. Well, I mean, anything can happen, but that's not my intention or motivation at all. Like, dude, I've done enough. I've been around this world. I've shook in so many trees to see what would fall out. Like, I'm done beyond believing or thinking that anything's gonna fall out of the sky or happen. I mean, I believe anything's possible, but I don't expect nothing like that. But I do expect good things. I expect abundance. I expect, like, yeah, I expect the, you know, being unlimited. I know we will rise. So anyways, that's why I'm making these videos, because I'm a warrior, I believe. And I believe that I will rise. I am, because I am. And so hopefully you can relate. And if you're on this journey with me, maybe something in here you'll find. And in the future, maybe if I can keep being able to document these experiences, and let's just say there's progress, because I'm believing for progress, and I know I'll have major progress. I've done really well in things. I'm a winner. I'm a champion. I put myself in a bad spot, and it was way harder than I realized. I didn't realize what I was signing up for by going to Mexico, trying to just do things the right way, you know. I mean, I should have just, I should have just did what everybody else does. I mean, we had some family just say, like, you know, don't do it. Like, you know, my wife's side, it's like, you know, there's a reason why we all come up here. And I was just believing. I was like, dude, no, man, I can do anything anywhere I go around the world. I'm amazed. I'm a smart, intelligent being, you know. So real quick, just to update. Yeah, I just picked up my car, and yeah, I already told you that the AC, you know, they're gonna, it's under warranty, like, because they just put a new compressor in there. In case I didn't say that, a remanufactured one. But it didn't work. And they ran all these diagnostics trying to chase down where it could be, because they said it must be electrical. You know, and they were calling Toyota and all these specialists because they had a diagram, but then they even ran out. They checked everything on the diagram, checked out good, but it still wasn't working. But there's still more things that weren't on the, like this other cable, there was nothing, I guess, in existence, like no diagrams or nothing. So they had to go in there and he said blindly do it or something. And they got in there, and sure enough, he says all the wires all have their readings the way they're supposed to, that lead all the way up to the compressor. And so they're like, to us, like everything should be fine on the car. So it just leads to, it must be the compressor. And so it's just a faulty compressor, and it is under warranty. And so like he's like, so we'll charge you for everything today. And that's was another thing. I was like, because I'm on such a tight budget. And so I was like, man, this is, and they originally told me prices are subject to change. And so this definitely, there was another 4 hours or so of running these diagnostics, checking wires. And I was just like, man, I'm now eating into like, I'm just getting so thin here, man. And I'm already just so thin on everything. I've been thin for years now, and I'm beat. This body is beat, my mind is beat. You know, and I've shared this because this is, you hear these videos and they say this is how people, these chains of bondage, this is what brings us to awakening. You know, it's going through a low time, and that's why I'm trying to record and document, and maybe hopefully inspire, you know, others to fight the good fight, you know, to push through. I am, you know, I am. You are, we are one. We are one. So we're gonna keep it up. We're gonna keep it up. So, so back to the price. So it must have been a miracle, because they said, so you'll pay for everything today, everything we did. The part will come in on Wednesday, and we'll put it in, but you don't pay for none of that. That's all under warranty. So that's after today, zero after that, you know. And it really should work. You know, it should be the compressor. They should be able to change it, and they truly believe it should just be the compressor. So, and I gotta have this compressor, otherwise I'm at another fork in the road. And I need to go forwards, not backwards. I've done it way too many times, and so that's just pure survival, and we won't be surviving no more. I gotta get my son now. And I've already tried to find homes and help and different things, you know, and none of that is easy. I can't find any family type people or nothing. Nobody's available. We're in hard times, you know. People are like, man, it's tough. Some of the people that I knew were doing well before, yeah, it's blowing my mind when I come back to the States. There's so many people that are like upside down, that were like highly successful. And like I come back and I'm like, wow, they're like, they even downsized, they lost everything, they went through bankruptcy. It's just crazy. Like, I've seen some highly successful people just turn totally upside down, and they even seem distressed, because some of these people are trying to retire. Yeah, we're in rough times, but you know, we're not meant for this demiurge, dude. That's the demiurge. This is the mechanical beast, the slavery system meant to just whip us and beat us. So we had to just push through and try to lift one another up to awaken, you know, to make it through this. That's the key. We just got to make it through, you know. That's the whole thing. Literally, that is our calling. That is our mission, to just make it through this demiurge and back to the monad, into the pleroma, back into the realms where the humans and the living are at, you know, the saints, for rest. And I imagine there's going to be an amazing welcoming party, because we'll probably be the most special intimations there are, because, you know, we'll be pure light at that point. We will no longer be in the matter physical realm. We'll be intimations of pure energetic light, beings of light, that, yeah, we'll still be able to see each other moving around. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna be special, because, I mean, out of all the aeons, and every one of them is part of the divine mind that makes who we are. You know, I am, you know, all the, you know, the components, the infrastructure of the divine mind. Love, trust, forward forward thought. Sorry guys, I have maybe a lot of brain damage or something, I'm not sure, but I struggle with talking sometimes, and I really always have since I was a kid. I was never good, and I barely made it through school. I was highly distracted as a child, just from my home being highly abused and tortured. I was emotionally distracted, couldn't focus in school, but I was a good kid, and I loved Father. So yeah, anyways, back to the miracle. So yeah, I was thinking I'll have all this, like maybe another 4 hours of labor, and usually mechanics, they're they like that. And I mean, even if they're honest, they're like, well, we got to do this, and so yeah, for us that's pure gravy right there. There's really just to hook machines up and test things, and they wait, and there's really not much movement, and they can even work on other things too while they wait on that, and that's just pure gravy right there, because there's really no parts, nothing to buy. They're not really using their personal time. They're able to multitask at that point. So usually that's like a bonus, especially if they can do it with a clear conscience. They're like, well, we had to do it, we had to run these things, so we got to charge, we got to make our money. Anyways, the miracle was, I was just asking Father, I just gotta make these things happen. And so I go in there, and it was like $100 lower. Yeah, it's $100 lower. He's like, all right, well, here's your total for everything, you're done. So it was $100 lower, and I don't even know how than my original estimate. So like, that's just absolutely, like, that's a true praise report. I call that a miracle because it was just like, should have been higher. And I didn't say anything. I don't feel like I'm being dishonest. I mean, they seem like totally fine with this. I was just like, let's just roll with it, I mean, these guys got plentiful. This place is a nice place, big building. Everyone's got their solid paychecks here. Ain't no one being hurt here. I ain't stealing nothing. I'm not pulling the wool over no one's eyes. I'm not manipulating or nothing. So I just kept it quiet. I'm like, just thank you, Father. Walked out there $100 lower. And I don't think there was any glitches. I don't know. It's just, it is. I haven't looked at the receipt, what they itemized on there, but I'll check in a minute. But either way, it was $100 less. Praise Father. All the praise and glory to the one, to us as family, as we are one. So that's it. I'll leave it at that. Thank you for your time in these videos. Make sure to hit subscribe if you like this type of documentation, the weirdness, maybe watching someone go through the lowness. But I'm telling you, I make this video for the rise. I want to create progress videos and inspire people. I want to be able to look back on these videos and know, that we are warriors, more than conquerors, because we are I am. Everything of the kingdom is invested right here into us. We have everything we need inside of us. It's just a matter of awakening and rising to that status, that level, and rising above our own flesh, our emotions, the archonic, energetic distractions, false identities, which is literally 99% of everything. And if we could just continue to remember, and continue to rise, and every time you do, you'll just have another notch on your belt. It'll just make you stronger for the next one, and the next one, and eventually you'll maybe have, like Christ did say, the ones that were overcomers. He goes, these people, man, they overcame everything. This is the secret book of John. They overcame everything except the body. That was the only thing left. That was the last thing. Like even death doesn't even have a sting, because you're connected to the one, like, which is all of us. Like, so if you experience like people that leave the planet earlier, and especially if they had the keys to make it through, they had the knowledge not to fall for the traps, and you just had the peace that passes all understanding, so yeah, I'll leave it at that. Thank you for your time, and again, hit subscribe if you do find value, and the like, that helps as well. Much love. to everyone. Love you guys. You're my family. I love y'all because we're one. And we're family. And maybe we'll get to build the IRL community in some places around the world. And like I'll build the one wherever I'm at, and I'll hopefully inspire other people to show how they could do the same thing in their area. You know, so that way you have people you can connect with. And all right, much love, peace.